What are these called?
Sweet gum balls.
Sweet gum balls.
They're sweet gum trees. It's the fruit. And you want them when they're green.
Okay, and what are you gonna do with it?
You can make a tincture out of it, just with pure alcohol. You cut them, wash them, cut them in half, make a tincture. But this is what Tamiflu is made from. So
we're making homemade Tamiflu.
yes.
Awesome.
And normally they're black on the ground, so there has to
So
be a storm.
let's see if we can. So these are all black ones, and there's right there is what we're looking for.
You don't need a lot, just enough to fill up a jar.
So you just fill up a jar, throw what, vodka, and turn it into. How long has it got to sit?
About 6-8 weeks, but a couple months is better.
Cool. Free Tamiflu.
I got 3 more.
Okay, I think we're good. I could actually probably do a quart with everything we got.
Well, I think that would be. Hopefully, that would be enough. They're all over the place. All right, we're looking for pawpaws out here in the woods, and look what we found. Right, it's hard to see. Right there. Those are pawpaws.
I don't look on the ground.
No, we've been looking on the ground, but those are. I don't know if
Oh,
they're
I
ready.
see you.
Be careful, they can fall and hit you in the head or bruise them real bad.
Come on.
Okay, hold on.
So we got these two down, but look, they're not ripe. They did fall, but they weren't ready. We're gonna keep looking because we found some last week.
Look on the ground.
These are the sweet gum balls that we foraged yesterday. They're still green. Actually, it was the day before yesterday. I washed them. You don't necessarily have to do that. I was planning on then cutting them open with a knife, but they're harder than I thought they were. So another option is to smash these open, and you want to expose as many of the seeds as possible. And then we're gonna fill these jars up and then put the alcohol in for our tincture.
Do you want me to do it? I did it earlier. Just do several like that. Just leave them there.
So you just want to bust them open to where you can get to the seeds, because the seed is what has all the medicinal properties in it that the alcohol will draw out. So you want to get as much of these open like this as you can. So this is vodka. You can use any alcohol that is 100 proof or more. The higher the proof, the better. So over 100 is good as well, because what you're trying to extract from is the seeds inside these, inside the sweet gums. We did smash them up as best we could to expose the seeds. So at this point, what we're gonna do is we wanna make sure that every single piece is covered in alcohol. You do not need a high quality brand. You're just going by the proof. So the cheapest brand that you can get is what you need. So I just don't want to use any extra that I don't have to. It does not have to be vodka, just something that it can be rum, 100 proof or higher. Okay.
So what's the process?
So they need to sit about 8 weeks. The alcohol will pool. It's basically the Tamiflu properties. I forget the name of the compound. I'll put it in we can put it in the description. It just slipped my mind all of a sudden, but that's what's in the seeds. The alcohol will pull that out. So let it sit for about 8 weeks, and then we will strain this, and the alcohol that's left is the tincture. So this compound has been proven to fight and kill influenza A and B. So you can use little droppers of it if you come down with flu-like symptoms or you start getting a sore throat during flu season. You would take it like any other tincture. If you have symptoms, you would take it 3 times a day. But we're making extra here in case friends or family, those who are familiar with tinctures, by the time when we strain this, there'll be a lot less, you know, so the tincture will only be like down to here. I would put it in dropper bottles. So you want to make sure everything is fully covered. So some people will flavor this. They might put blackberries in this or some type of berry that they have on their property to help it make it taste better. You don't have to do that. To me, it's just a few drops. So just take it and get it over with. So we'll cover these with lids. I'll put them in the cabinet where it's nice and dark and just let them do their thing. I will put the date on here because inevitably you will forget. So don't take it for granted that you'll remember because you may not. So this is the start of our tincture. We'll lid them, date them, and put them in the cabinet for 8 weeks.
All right, so it's been a week or so since we were scavenging out in the woods and we found the little sweet gum balls and the pawpaws. So we put this pawpaw, we ate one of them, it didn't make it.
It was really good.
So this one you can see it's starting to turn pretty dark, but we put it in a brown paper bag to help the process go so it would ripen up. And now it smells really good. Now I've had these before. They taste good, but there's something about the smell of them. And this one, it reminds me a lot of avocado.
Yeah, it has a texture of an avocado on the inside. But the skin is thin like, you know, a pear or something.
And it's like a banana. A lot of people are kind of like...
I'm going to zoom in so that you can kind of see.
It's kind of gross looking. Like
it smells amazing.
If you have a problem with like texture, like a mushed up banana, you're probably not going to like this just because of the texture. But the taste...
It's almost like a custard.
Yeah, it's what they're a custard apple is
another name for them.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get these seeds out. So we saved the seeds because, I mean, imagine if we had all these pawpaw trees like around our house. Wouldn't have to go hunt out the woods for them. And you can see how it's like a banana, and it's kind of, I mean, it's kind of nasty that like it gets everywhere.
Well, it bruises like kind of like a banana. Too, like the skin does. That's why they don't sell a lot of them in the stores. They don't travel well.
Wow. Now, I have heard some people say that they don't taste good. Like,
what?
Yeah.
I think it's great.
This one isn't as good.
Probably because we ripened it.
Yeah, I think the way it ripens on.
It smells amazing right now.
I mean, if you could turn this into a candle or a bar of soap, I mean, it's really...
Well, I want to get enough to make pawpaw jam.
Yeah. All right, Hannah. I know this isn't going to taste as good as it did the other day. You can see it's kind of hard to get. It's like baby food.
The kids have been wanting to eat this, so...
It's a little bit, I guess, a little bit bitter, more bitter to it, not as sweet at the end.
But is it still good?
Yes.
It's still good. It's just,
It's like a nutty.
it seems like the flavor really does kind of change throughout as it, whether or not it's, she's like, give me some. And see how it really falls apart. Really gooey. Just like baby food. It doesn't seem like you get a lot off. And that was a small
one. It's
one.
like yeah, this is a little bitty pawpaw. Yeah, it's not as good, but that's still really good.
It's still really good.
Sam, do you want to bite?
Yeah.
It's just it's not as flavorful.
Here you go. Yeah, did you taste a little bit of bitterness to it, maybe?
It's like a nuttiness.
Yeah.
It's not that it's bad.
No, it's not bad at all. But the first one I had...
It is like the most tropical of fruits that you could eat.
The first one we had was just... I mean, it was like life-changing.
I mean, this is how good it still is. They're still over here.
They're like fighting over it.
Yeah.
So just scavenging out in the woods, we got the sweet
sweet
gum.
gums.
So we're making the Tamiflu going, and now we got, so you can, if you get some of these and they're not right, put them in a paper bag. You can pretty much do that with everything.
Yeah, it did work though.
It did. It definitely.
They were really hard and green, and we didn't even know if we could ripen them, and it worked.
I didn't know how well they would turn out, and they turned out really good. So if you find some pawpaws and they're not right, put them in a paper bag or grab the seeds and plant them in your yard. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll touch base. We'll come back because 8 weeks is a long time for the tincture to go, and we'll get back and let you all just give you an update on them and see how they turn out. God bless you guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.
Bye.